So, Taoiseach, what do you think went wrong? Because for a lot of people, it's absolutely extraordinary that the Commission would take a decision like this that affects Ireland so fundamentally without talking to your government first.
My observation is that the terrible row, it's an acrimonious row between AstraZeneca and the Commission over the contractual obligations of the company in respect of supplying vaccines to European member states, took centre stage here, and people were blindsided by the decision that was taken and its implications for the protocol. We know all last week.
The Commission should still have spoken to you first.
This row played out.
I'm so sorry. I was just saying, even so, the Commission should have spoken to you first, should it not?
Yes, and we've had that conversation. And I think there are a lot of lessons to be learned from how all of this transpired, because it took 4 years to put the protocol together. We've been 4 years negotiating the fallout of the Brexit referendum, the putting together of a European-UK trade and cooperation agreement, and critically the putting in place of the withdrawal agreement and the protocol to facilitate access for Northern Ireland's economy to the single market, as well as, of course, to the UK market, and to avoid a hard border on the island of Ireland, and to facilitate seamless economic activity on the island of Ireland. I mean, it's a good thing, the protocol overall. There are issues there that we have to fine-tune and work out, but essentially I think there are positives there medium term for Northern Ireland in terms of its economic development, which we should not underestimate.
Well, let's talk about the medium term, because Arlene Foster described this as an act of incredible hostility to Northern Ireland, and now we've got people in Northern Ireland and in London speaking of invoking Article 16 in the reverse direction. What do you think are the possible long-term consequences of this row?
Well, 2 points I would make. It certainly wasn't an act of hostility by the European Commission, and my experience all along throughout the Brexit debate has been an acute awareness, notwithstanding the events of Friday, on behalf of the European Union member states and indeed the Commission, about getting the Northern Ireland situation right and supporting the overall edifice of the Good Friday Agreement, and making sure that we would negotiate structures and mechanisms like the protocol that would facilitate the continuation of the Good Friday Agreement and all of its aspects. Secondly, in terms of the implications here, I do think, and having discussed this with the British Prime Minister and indeed with the Commission, that there's an opportunity now to re-engage, to make sure that the protocol operates smoothly and efficiently on behalf of all citizens on the island, and particularly around issues pertaining to the movement of goods between the UK and Northern Ireland. It took 4 years to put this together. We are only 4 weeks into the agreement and into the operation of the protocol. There are bound to be teething problems, but I do acknowledge the need for engagement here on all sides between the European Union, the United Kingdom and the Irish government, and indeed the Northern Ireland Executive. And there are mechanisms to facilitate that.